careers featured a series of upsets, beginning June 20th, 1980, against Big John Tate on the undercard of the first Duran-Leonard fight. Ninth round action, and Berbick was all over the opponent. Caught up with him and scored a devastating knockout. That win earned Berbick a shot at the WBC heavyweight title held by Larry Holmes. 11 men have challenged Larry, and only Berbick has gone the distance. Although he lost the decision, Trevor earned the respect of the critics for his strength and determination. Then, that sad evening last December when Berbick put to rest, hopefully forever, the comeback hopes of the once great Muhammad Ali, as he gave the three-time champion a terrible beating and won a unanimous decision. In his most recent fight, Berbick met unbeaten Greg Page on the undercard of the Holmes-Cooney fight. And once again, he upset the odds makers by almost stopping Page here in round 2 and going on to score a decisive win and establish himself as a solid world-class heavyweight contender. Renaldo Snipes is rated number 7 in the world by the WBC, and he made a name for himself last November when he challenged Holmes for the title and knocked the champion down with a single devastating right hand. But Larry survived and won the fight, and since then Snipes has been unimpressive, most recently against unbeaten Tim Witherspoon, who won a narrow decision over Snipes in a lackluster performance by both fighters. And so today, Snipes has his back to the wall in a must-win fight against Tevor Berbick with a possible title shot on the line. 2 world-class heavyweights in a 10-round battle live on ABC's Wide World of Sports. 2 that have gone the route. Well, only one of them went the route with this man, the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes. Berbick is the man that went 15 rounds in a championship fight with Larry Holmes. Well, you see his record there, 21, and one of the 2 losses was to Larry. 17 knockouts for the Jamaican. And here from Yonkers, New York, Renaldo Snipes, 26 years old. He had the champion down in the 7th round in Pittsburgh, as seen on ABC, and then Larry went on to win the fight in the 11th round. One thing for certain, they are both solidly built. There is not an ounce of fat on either. Berbick is 6'2 and a half, and Snipes is 6'2", and he has, I think, the tail of the tape with 78 inches. We'll see, but I'm not sure Berbick has a 78-inch reach. We'll see. He has more experience. Of course, he's higher rated. Here's the #1 referee in the world. That's right, from Long Island, Arthur Mercante, a veteran of 51 World Championship bouts. This is not for a title. It is, though, for another shot at the heavyweight championship, no doubt. Berbick is a very unorthodox fighter. His eyes looking always at the gloves of the opponent, and now flicking out that jab. It's meaningless right now as Renaldo Snipes. He's in white trunks without the red area around the belt. Snipes will use all of the ring if he possibly can. Now, there was a solid jab, and that is what Snipes has to do against Berbick to keep him off balance, because the man that he's fighting, Tevor Berbick, has no fear, as he proved against Greg Page. Got stung a couple of times, came right back like there. Berbick can be a tiger. 2-fisted attack. He loves to attack. Good body puncher. And snapping away, a nice defensive move by Renaldo Snipes. We're in the 1st round, scheduled for 10. The left hand dug in deeply to the body of Snipes. The other shot, the right hand, was blocked. Arthur Mercante, the referee. In New Jersey, it is scored round by round by the 2 judges and the referee. In case of a tie in a round, a 5-point must system as a supplementary. These are 8-ounce gloves. Mandatory 8 count is in effect. 3 knockdown rule waived. Can't be saved by the bell except the last round. And here is a good probing 1st round. Remember, these are heavyweights. And now taunting, which Berbick does, causing Snipes to miss badly. Hands down at his side, like Ali. We're coming up to the 1-minute mark of what seems like a long 1st round. Those are slapping shots to the body, but there was a good shot to the chin by Berbick. Both heavyweights, quite unusual here, staying within punching range. Instead of moving around, Snipes is holding his ground and trying to punch away. It's unusual, and Berbick gets caught on the chin. He is rubbery-legged here in the first round with 30 seconds to go. Berbick is down. Berbick surprisingly felt the sting. Going to the neutral corner now. Berbick is taking the mandatory 8 count. Right here in the first round, we have 19 seconds to go. Remember, you cannot be saved with a bell. Snipes now has to follow up and do more damage. He failed to do it against Holmes. Looks like Berbick has shaken off the effects of that tremendous shot. The heavyweight division, anything can happen in it. Look at this. That right hand that decked Larry Holmes at Civic Arena in Pittsburgh put Berbick in trouble. Snipes having a little trouble collecting himself to follow through and do more damage. There he does. An overhand right this time, and Arthur Mercante stepped in because something other than his feet were on the canvas here, so consequently it was a knockdown. So now Bill Prezant is talking to Tevor Berbick along with Ken Morgan and Louis Soria. The men that are in the corner there trying to tell the native of Jamaica just what to do. Watch his eyes there. And that should add confidence to Renaldo Snipes. Some have accused him of not really liking to fight. Well, he proved that he can punch right in the first round. Only Bernardo Moncada had ever stopped Tevor Berbick, ranked number 2 and 3 in the world. Here we are in the second round now. To knock down Berbick is quite a feat. Now Berbick, you notice that he's raising those dukes up a little higher wisely. Use them as a defensive weapon until he can figure out what he wants to do against this right-hand hitter. Good body punches, so now Berbick is talking to him. He did it against Holmes in a championship fight, did it against young Greg Page. A sneaky puncher is Berbick. Snipes still moving forward, which is a big surprise because if you've seen Renaldo before, he's waltzing around the ring a lot, just feebly flicking out his left hand. But now Berbick tries to take over, be the aggressor. But that jab is bothering him. Oh, a right hand just missed, caught the shoulder of Berbick. Those are stiff left jabs. And that's what Snipes doesn't want to do. Duck down, and he's in trouble. Let's see about the condition now of Snipes, whether his training was proper. He was stung and shaken up. He's still in trouble with a minute and a half to go here in the second round. Can he weather this? Of course, expending a lot of energy is the higher-ranked heavyweight Berbick with the red stripe on his trunks. A whistling right hand. And we're pleased to say that Renaldo Snipes came to fight. But he gets caught with a right hand. A left. Against the ropes. Dangerous territory. But Arthur Mercante keeps them there because they are slugging. Developed into a brawl now, toe-to-toe. If you just joined us, Berbick on the far side took the mandatory 8 count in the first round, got caught with a tremendous right hand, 2 of them. Now he's covering up a little bit more. Both fighters with their 28 knockouts, 17 for Berbick and 11 for Snipes. They were early in the fight. They haven't scored many knockouts late. And a right hand just caught Snipes. Snipes being a little careless, and as he said early in our show, I asked him about his strategy. One punch to knock him out. That could get him in trouble. Heavy punches. The bell in a moment. For much needed 1 minute rest, we go into the third round of the scheduled 10-round important heavyweight battle. Snipes on the right, Berbick on the left. Berbick was down on the canvas in the first round. He came back in the second, rebounded beautifully after being hurt, and had Snipes in trouble. Snipes getting a little careless in the second round, ducking down, and of course, like there, dropping his hands, and Berbick loves that. He loves to counter punch. Look at him mix up the punches. To the head, to the body. Stamina will tell the story. This is only the third round. Big men. Big punches by Snipes right now. Hard punches. Berbick in trouble. Ducking, bobbing, and weaving. Both heavyweights. Snipes against the ropes at 216.5, Berbick 222.5. They have never met before. Obviously, they don't like each other. More important, they want to win to get a possible shot at the heavyweight championship. Renaldo now throwing punches without looking. But there he found a lucky right hand. Another one. Berbick goes down. Almost. Berbick in trouble. A minute 34. Round 3. What a fight. Covering up, and another right gets through. A wily veteran of 5 years, Berbick knows what to do when he gets hurt. Over-anxious Renaldo Snipes should step back and try to land another right. A minute in this third round. Berbick wobbling as he moves forward. Snipes may be arm-weary. He is puffing, his mouth is open, keeping the mouthpiece, of course, but he is tired. He's now just shoving out the punches. Berbick is not as fresh as he was in the dressing room, I can assure you. Both fighters have taken some tremendous shots. They'll get a rest in 30 seconds. Neither fighter is cut. A left hook that hurts Snipes. Berbick keeps coming. Snipes comes back. A pier brawl in Atlantic City. Just tremendous action. We hope you're enjoying it. The bell in 4 seconds. Berbick in trouble. Berbick, eyes rolling like the roulette wheels that spin constantly here in Atlantic City. And a tired, nearly exhausted Snipes in the opposite corner. Bill Prezant, a veteran second in the ring, trying to freshen him up as we look at some of the heavy artillery in that, a fast-paced, look at that. It was a left hook, another one, a right in between. And you've got to remember that both have taken heavy punches, so it's an accumulation now that will determine the victor. It won't take one punch, it's accumulation. And the exhaustion, you can see it here. The ice bag. Louis Soria of Muhammad Ali fame has the ice pack on the back of Tevor Berbick, who wants another shot at the title, and so does Renaldo Snipes of Yonkers, New York, born in Houston. A likable young man. You can see that he is tired. And we're only into the 4th round. Don't go away. Scoring by the round system. In case of a tie of a round, it's a 5-point must. Snipes now covering up. And he finds the range with the left hand. What a surprise to see Snipes backing up Tevor Berbick. His strategy thus far is working. Oh, he tried an uppercut for the kill. And Mr. Snipes, who has it written on his white boxing trunks, earlier you may recall said his strategy was the same that he tried against Larry Holmes. He was going to do it against Berbick today, and that was a knockout. So we're in the 4th round, coming up to the 2-minute mark. Only Berbick has been down, and that was in the 1st round. A little slower paced round, and rightfully so, because the first 3 Well, as fast as I've seen in a long time with heavyweights. Ronaldo's taking a lot of chances. He's not changing his strategy, is he? Missed with that right hand, but you knew what he wanted to do. Berbick is 28 years old. Snipes is 26. This is a second fight this year for Berbick. His last was a win over Greg Page. For Snipes, it's his third fight this year. Fought a draw and then a loss. Fairly good right hand. They're punching like welterweights now. 50 seconds, round 4. Tevor Berbick now beginning to throw them from Port Arthur, trying to get a lot of leverage, and he has good upper body movement, can get a lot of power. The heavyweight ranks, you will not see two more beautifully developed upper bodies than these two that are trying to knock each other out. And now, as we look, Snipes has a cut above the left eye, and that's where he sustained one against Larry Holmes in Pittsburgh. That could be a problem. It's in the same area. We'll see. The bell in 3 seconds. Renaldo Snipes breathing heavily still because of 4 fast-paced rounds against Tevor Berbick with his back to us. 6 pounds heavier, about a half-inch taller. He was down in the first round, Berbick. And we get a wink from Snipes, so he has all his faculties, I can tell you this. And what a pleasure to hear a fighter, when interviewed, as we did with Renaldo earlier, and you heard him say his strategy, and he was able to do it earlier, but he has a tough opponent in front of him. His opponent, Berbick, got through a tremendous uppercut, which may have not been seen by you because it was so quick. There's another one. Berbick has every type of punch in the book. Not a classic fighter, but a roundhouse swing. Oh, the right hand, not quite timed to perfection. There's a good one. Usually in a right hand, you saw the head snap back of Snipes with his back to us. There's again that chopping little uppercut inside by Berbick. Remember, this is the 5th round. We're reaching the halfway point. Renaldo Snipes has gone 10 rounds 7 times. Berbick, who landed a terrific left hook. Snipes says something to him. Berbick has gone 10 rounds 5 times, 15 rounds once against Larry Holmes, who's watching them fight right here in Atlantic City. And now they are tired with a minute to go in round 5. They are unloading their best shots. Not as accurate now because they are tired. High on the side of the head was that right hand by Snipes. Another one. Berbick proving that he can take it. Some of the steam, though, has gone out of the punches. Both heavyweights. 25 seconds till the bell. Good left hook by Snipes. Walks into a right hand, Berbick. Oh. Will they need a rest in 5 seconds? You bet.